An India versus Pakistan cricket match is never just about runs and wickets. It is a spectacle of immense passion, a story of shared history, and a contest that brings two nations to a complete standstill. When these two teams walk onto the field, the air crackles with an energy unlike any other. The contest began with so much promise for Pakistan. The bowlers found their rhythm early, hitting the right lengths, creating opportunities. The new ball was swinging, and the Indian top order looked tentative under the lights. They were dictating terms, forcing the Indian batsmen to play with caution and respect. The energy in their camp was visibly high. For the first hour of play, the narrative seemed to be favoring the men in green, which is exactly the start a captain dreams of. However, cricket is a game of moments, and Pakistan created those chances but missed opportunities. A dropped catch here, a misfield there, these small errors add up. Against a team as formidable as India, giving a top-order batsman a second life is a cardinal sin. The pressure that Pakistan had so painstakingly built began to evaporate, replaced by a sense of what might have been, a feeling that would haunt them for the rest of the game. As the Indian innings progressed, the initial control started to wane. The disciplined lines and lengths gave way to slightly looser deliveries, and the Indian batsmen were quick to pounce. The game was no longer being played on Pakistan's terms. India was slowly but surely wrestling back control. The absolute turning point can be pinpointed to a single over in the middle stages of India's innings. After a period of consolidation, Virat Kohli decided it was time to accelerate. Kohli smashed a massive six, and then another massive six in the same over. This wasn't just an assault on the bowler, it was a statement to the entire Pakistani team. Before that over, the required run rate was climbing and pressure was mounting. But in the space of 6 balls, the entire complexion of the game changed. The momentum swung decisively in India's favor. The crowd then erupted in a roar that seemed to lift the Indian side. This brilliant counterattack was compounded by Pakistan's mistakes. A crucial catch went down at deep mid-wicket. It was a straightforward chance, one a pro would take 9 times out of 10. The batsman who was dropped went on to score a blistering half-century. The bowler who had induced the mistake looked to the sky in disbelief. Another key phase was the death overs of the Indian innings. This is where India's experience and power hitting came to the forefront. Pakistan's bowlers, who had been disciplined early, lost their radar. They missed their Yorkers. They bowled too many full tosses. The final 3 overs leaked more than 50 runs, a hemorrhage that proved fatal. When it was Pakistan's turn to bat, their approach seemed muddled. They failed to rotate strike effectively, allowing dot ball pressure to build. When the time came to accelerate, they had left themselves with too much to do, creating a chokehold Pakistan could not break. When the pressure was at its peak, the two teams responded in starkly different ways. India displayed a remarkable sense of calm and clarity. Their field placements were strategic, their bowling changes were proactive, and their body language exuded confidence. Even when a partnership was building for Pakistan, the Indian captain did not panic. You could see the players communicating between overs, reassuring each other. They identified Pakistan's key batsmen and had specific plans for each of them. The use of short ball strategy against the aggressive middle order induced false shots. On the other hand, Pakistan seemed to succumb to the immense pressure of the occasion. The dropped catches and misfields were clear symptoms of nerves. As the game slipped away, the communication on the field appeared to break down. The batting collapse was a classic example of pressure-induced mistakes. Batsmen played shots they would not normally attempt, trying to hit their way out of trouble. This frantic approach played right into India's hands. The chase required a calm head and steady nerves, but Pakistan's response was one of hurried panic, leading to a cascade of wickets. India's strategic brilliance was also a major factor. They didn't just bowl, they bowled with a clear purpose. Every move seemed calculated and well thought out, a testament to the preparation that went on behind the scenes. In the end, the story of Pakistan's defeat can be summarized in 3 key areas: fielding errors, a lack of batting partnerships, an inability to handle the big moments. Dropping crucial catches against world-class batsmen gave India the lifeline they needed. A team cannot afford such lapses in concentration at this level of cricket. The runs leaked through sloppy fielding made the target so imposing. Pakistan's batting was a tale of what-ifs. Several batsmen got starts, looked good briefly, then gave their wickets away with loose shots. It needs 1 or 2 players to take responsibility, anchor the innings, and guide the team home. Unfortunately, no Pakistani batsman was able to play that role. India, in complete contrast, excelled in all areas where Pakistan faltered. The performance of Kohli and the explosive finish from their lower order were perfect examples of seizing the moment. India played like a well-oiled machine, with every player knowing their role and executing it to near perfection. The lesson for Pakistan is simple but crucial. Talent alone does not win big tournaments. It must be combined with discipline, mental strength, and the ability to execute under pressure. This loss can be a valuable learning experience, highlighting the small margins that decide big games. If Pakistan can learn to hold their catches, build substantial partnerships, and keep their composure in crunch moments, they have all the ingredients to bounce back stronger and turn these heartbreaking defeats into memorable victories in the future.